Hey man, how you doing, Palmer? I'm fine, thanks.
So,
Real honor to be here. It's a very interesting question. I've been in corporate for about 25 years. I was very disillusioned by my future in corporate, and I left corporate. But I needed to figure out what to do. And at that same time period, I was getting tattoos from a wonderful tattoo artist by the name of Angelo, the owner of Rising Dragon. Wonderful person, wonderful tattoo. But I soon realized that it was very lucrative, because I was paying the guy. So that was the beginning of rusting tattoos. I went out, learned how to tattoo. I started my own tattoo parlor, hired senior guys, and I kind of worked under them. Yes, I was the owner, but I kind of worked under them. And that's how I learned. Yeah, that's how rusting tattoos started. Tattoos is it's a real honor to tattoo anyone. I mean, I've taught over 50 kids how to tattoo, but um, and I always tell them, to tattoo someone is a real honor because you're part of their story, you're part of their legacy, and people are giving a part of their body literally to you to mark their life. So it's a real honor to actually be part and parcel of the tattoo process. I'm really honored, and you know what they say, to do something you love, you never work a day in your life. That's true, but if your body doesn't know the difference between passion and exhaustion, yeah, you still get exhausted at the end of the day, even though you're passionate about it. Look, I think we're all pretty much the same. We all try to deliver the best quality we can. We try to be as good to our clients as possible. But there's those slight things. I think tattooing has moved on. It's not just the matter of doing good tattoos. It's also about the relationship you have now with your clients and your clientele and developing that legacy. I've tattooed, the mom, the dad, the grandkids now. Everyone knows me. I'm just part of the family. I'm the godfather of six kids. The hardest part is trying to remember their birthdays. Um, I think as South African artists, we struggle to specialize in one style. We don't have the luxury as the overseas artists do, where they can specialize. The market is very very big overseas. In South Africa, we tend to be master of everything, if I can say that, or very good at everything. But we do prefer certain styles. For myself, I love realism, so it's like your buttery grays, portraits, your animal portraits, people portraits, anything that looks realistic. That's where I gravitate to. But yeah, I think that sums it up. South Africa, we've got brilliant artists, and most of us are very good at a lot of things. I've got a lot, man. I'm trying to keep it clean. So what happened was I was tattooing, and my fiance brought to my attention the which was very audible, but I wasn't. I mean, I get so focused. It's like blinders when I'm tattooing. I'm just so focused on my work. And my fiance brought it to my attention to the other tattoo table and the sounds this lady was making because she was obviously in discomfort. But the best way I could describe these sounds was of a orgasmic sexual nature. And the more discomfort she had, the more orgasmic it clearly was for her. And I actually regretted me hearing that. Now I couldn't stop hearing it. The whole evening I'm listening to X-rated movies as I'm trying to focus. So I hope that's clean. I hope this will make the cut. That's a good question. I think from the time they contact us, I make it quite clear to my team that they have to be very respectful when it comes to time, when it comes to being clear in their communication. Um, I think the worst thing people can do is miscommunicate something to someone. By the time they get here, they get told, no, the price is escalated, so there's always that impression when people come to a new environment, or the feeling of discomfort because they don't know anyone. And I always encourage my team to offer a simple cup of coffee or a glass of water, make the people feel at home and safe, start up a conversation even before you start talking about the tattoo, even before you start talking costs and do you live nearby. I always say to them, the first handshake is not a handshake, it's actually a smile. So but before the person even gets to you, to your tattoo station, put a big smile on your face, make them feel very comfortable and safe. The creative process, that's a very good question as well. The creative process begins with understanding what the client wants. Obviously, we listen to what the client wants. Us as the experts know what's good, know what's best practice, know about longevity, how long will a tattoo take. Clients have their expectations. Their expectations is based on something they saw on Pinterest, on Google, on the internet. But a lot of the stuff on the internet is actually AI generated nowadays. It's fresh tattoos. They don't show you tattoos when it's 6 months later. So when they come to you, they see a beautiful finger tattoo. They're like, want a finger tattoo. I've recently been married. And we have to explain to them it's not the best decision to have a finger tattoo because it's high traffic. So from the time someone calls us to the time they get in, there's always managing expectations. And basically, by the time they get to us, we let them say their piece. And then we start consulting, So we add our 2 cents to it, where we say, okay, this is what you want. But our expert means that we're looking for your best interest, not what's best for us, but what's best for you guys, for the client. Right to the end, I encourage people not using a stencil printer to do manual stencils, and I encourage them to make changes so it's an original piece. So again, not to sound redundant, people get stuff off the internet, and there's many people getting stuff off the internet. I've had a guy call me and say, why have you duplicated my tattoo? I said, well, in all honesty, you got it off the internet, which is the World Wide Web. I think there's 1 million people with the same tattoo now. And so once it's on the World Wide Web, it becomes everyone's property, right? In essence. So hence we encourage them to change it up a little bit, make it unique to them, make it special to them, right until the end. And we're always keeping the client in a loop, as to the tattoo. Are you happy? Are there extra changes you want? We always try to give a little bit extra from a creative perspective. I think doing lots of independent research on the actual tattoo artist, tattoo parlor. A simple way is looking at the Google reviews, and I'm proud to say we've got a very good standing with our Google reviews. Hundreds of people have put positive reviews on Ross Inc. But again, it's not about just being affordable, it's about doing great work, making people feel comfortable. We are considered the family tattooer, so meaning people can come with their mothers, wives, children, and there's no obscure music playing. I've played cartoons if there's kids in. I try to keep it very respectful, but at the same time offering very hygienic services, very good tattoos at affordable rates.